that people go to co-educational schools, co-educational universities, and it's very common that when they go there, they have friends of opposite sex, as the question posed that can you have friends of the opposite gender, and they get involved and it leads them away from the teachings of Islam. As far as having friends of the opposite gender is concerned, what do you mean by the word friend is important. If you're talking about acquaintances, having of opposite gender, no problem having acquaintances as long as you do not break any of the teachings of the Quran and Sahih Hadith. As long as you do not break any of the ruling of the Sharia, you can have acquaintances of opposite sex. And we'll come to it, inshallah, shortly. Regarding saying that I consider them to be my sister and brother, you have to understand what do you mean by brother and sister. If you're talking about brother and sister in humanity, no problem. If you're talking about brother and sister in faith, no problem. But this brother and sister is not the same as brother and sister of blood. This is totally nonsense. You know, like we have in India, he's my, a boy ties a Rakhi to the girl, says, she is my Rakhi sister. There's no Rakhi sister in Islam. Sister in humanity, okay, like I say, sister asked a good question. Sister in faith, no problem. But all these sisters of humanity and faith, you have to do full and total hijab with them. Only with your blood sister, where your parents are common, whether both parent or one parent, then the hijab is relaxed. Even with your cousin, you have to maintain your full hijab. The problem is that we see in the Western countries, it's very common that there's intermingling of sexes. And many of the Muslim countries, this is becoming common in them too, where you have co-educational schools, you have co-educational universities, and there you have friends and you keep on chatting and you keep on speaking things which are not required. If you speak with an opposite sex things which are required as an emergency, no problem, but you cannot do chatting like how you do with the same sex. You may have a same sex, like a boy has a boyfriend, no problem, you can chat, you can laugh, you can joke, but you cannot do the same thing with an opposite sex who's a non-mahram. It's not permitted in Islam.